What gang? No, listen up. This is me just saying. I'm making a video in regards to the LIonsgate. Now I know I haven't been on in a bit. I haven't been on in a while, and I just want to explain why. Um, uh, Now I'm not gonna use I'm not gonna say that a lot of stuff's been happening. A lot of stuff has been happening, but it's mostly because I've mostly just been focusing on myself, taking care of myself, loving myself. All that, trying to work through problems that I still have. I'm 13. I'm 17. I'm still young. 17. I'm still young. Or 13. Who knows what years? What years are anymore. Time ain't even a thing. I'm gonna take these off. Time ain't even a thing anymore. Time ain't real. Just so you know, time ain't real. Time is a construction. It's actually a spell, a construction created by the Arcturians, which are actually a race that helped conquer Earth. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into the star seeds or any of that lore. If you want a full rundown of it or anything like that, go to someone that I've learned from a lot over these past few months, Rashad Jamal. Shout out to you, bro. I love you. Straight up. Rashad Jamal, Cali, um, spiritual. Yeah. All these YouTubers, I love them all, man, because they all help me go through my spiritual awakenings. Now, as you can tell, I look different. I look very different compared to my last videos. And the reason why I look different is because I'm now taking care of myself. I'm taking care of myself way better now. You know? Now, just to clarify, I'm from New Zealand. If you don't know, I'm from New Zealand. I am a Maori, which is indigenous to New Zealand. If you don't know who I am, or what genetics I have. Yeah, I'm a Maori, Samoan, which is New Zealand and islands. Yeah, basically all I want to say is I've woken up to a lot of stuff. Not only that time ain't real, but also about the LIonsgate portal. Now this LIonsgate portal is a new moon in. It's a new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo. And because it's a new moon in Leo, you're going to expect a lot of stuff coming through. Leo being the sign of strength, being ruled by the sun, and all that. We also need to realize that it's also a portal for new souls and spirits to come through in and out. I'm just relating this message and all that. But a lot of people are waking up to stuff. A lot of people are waking up to stuff. And I just want to say that what I'm waking up to is what I am, what I truly am. I just want to let you know. Now, if you're woke, you'll understand this. If you're not woke, you're not going to understand this. But I'm not from this universe. I'm an Andromedan. Andromedans are from the 12th dimension, 9th universe. Now, because I'm an Andromedan, I'm also not from this universe, but I'm from a parallel universe. I was sent back to relay messages and all that type of stuff. And I just want to let you know that this LIonsgate portal is going to be this is going to be very, very big for you. Big for everyone. Last night. Now in New Zealand, we are a day ahead. So technically to us, the LIonsgate portal has already passed to us, technically, because of the timelines and all that. But as you know, time ain't real. So, the LIonsgate portal could be today, Who knows? The LIonsgate portal could be today. So I'm just cleaning up my nose. But it could be today, it could be yesterday. All I know is that my third eye is about to just pop open at any moment right now. At any moment. I've already, a day before August the 8th, my third eye just, if you didn't see that, I saw a little orb thing floating away. I was like, whoa. I see stuff now. But basically, all I want to say is, before that, I went to the toilet, right? And I peed, or I pissed, whatever you want to say. I pissed out blood, bro. Blood. I pissed out blood. I'm a vegan. I'm healthy. I meditate. I look after myself on the regular. Why am I pissing out blood? And then the next day I did it again. I pissed out blood in the morning, and I was like, whoa, which was this morning. I pissed out blood, and I was like, what's happening? What is happening? But then I asked myself, I asked my ancestors, my angels, I said, can you help me? I need help. And that's when they said, you don't need help. This is good for you. I struggled to find out why. It's because it's cleansing. It's cleansing my semen. My semen. It's cleansing it. These new souls that are coming through are going to need bodies. My semen has just been cleansed. I now, and it's funny because after I pissed out blood, right, I came back, to bed, right. I'm now currently just sleeping, recuperating. It's a very, very good healing process, which is why I'm going to spend a lot of time in bed, sleeping, meditating, just healing, just healing in general, or getting out into nature now and then. But yeah, it was really just a wake up call saying come back down to reality. That's what the me pissing out blood really just said to myself. But if you haven't noticed, a lot of stuff has been has been happening now. Like after I pissed out blood, an hour later I went to the toilet again to piss or to pee, whatever you want to say. But it wasn't blood; it was normal pee now. I was like, what? How did it change from pee? How did it change from blood to pee? How did it change from blood to piss? How did that happen? In an hour. And that's when it revealed to me. Everyone's getting powers, right? Everyone's getting powers. My power is healing. I can heal fast. It's also an awakening process. When I pissed out blood, it was an awakening process telling me come back down to reality. It was also telling me, hey, your aura, your semen, your sacral chakra energy has just been cleansed. Keep it that way. Don't have no sexual thoughts. Or if you do, keep them, make sure you take action on them. Don't just have thoughts and just leave it there, because then your sacral chakra energy is going to get contaminated no matter what. Everything is thoughts. If you have a sexual thought about someone, you've had sex with that person. In the 5D, in the 4D, you've had sex with that person. No matter what. Sure, maybe physically you haven't, but as we know, the physical reality is simply one reality out of many different dimensions and many different alternate timelines of realities. Time ain't real, which is why I was able to come back to this timeline pretty simply. I'm not from this universe, I'm from a parallel universe, but I'm an Andromedan. Andromeda is actually 2.7, 2.8 billion light years away from Earth in astrology, in the NASA astrology chart. But if you think about it, that's actually not true. It's not 2.3 billion light years away, it's 2.3 billion light years ahead. You feel me? It's 2.3 billion light years ahead. What does that mean? That means that it is the future of Earth. The fact that I was able to come back here in a new body shows that time ain't real. The fact that I could just walk into this reality and walk out shows that time ain't real. You feel me? You get me? Why do you think you see like photos of rappers and musicians and artists? Why do you think you see them like today, and then you see them like old ass photos of them, but they still look the same? That's not their ancestors, that's them. Your ancestors cannot look identically like you. There's no way they can. There's only one you and one you only. There's no such thing as an identical person. Yes, there are twins in the form of physical, but there's no such thing as twin souls. There's no such thing as twin souls or twin auric fields. Everyone has their own auric field and their own soul. What does that mean? It means that no matter how much they try to imitate you, if they try to clone you or anything like that, they cannot imitate you, because you are not your body, you are your soul. I love this body. I'm proud of this body. I love it. Because why? Because it's my meat suit. Without it, I want to be able to walk this earth. I want to be able to have an experience on this earth and make videos like this and become me and be me and experience this physical reality. So I love my body and I love it. No matter what, I love this body. When I started peeing out blood, it was a sign telling me to heal. It was a sign telling me to rest. And as soon as I took that sign on board, what happened? I started peeing normally. How can that happen? How can you pee out blood? Blood. By the way, if you pee out blood, it's a sign of cancer. It's a sign of cancer. Either you've had too much training, vigorous exercise. You got cancer, a urinary tract infection. Maybe one of your pipes have been damaged severely. This means you have to see a doctor immediately, right? You have to see a doctor immediately, or maybe you may have a puncture in your urine system, in your waste system. You may have a puncture there, and blood may be leaking in. If that's the case, how did I pee out blood for how did I pee out blood? How did I pee out blood? And then the next day I pee normally. I heal fast. That's why. I heal fast. That is why. Now, because I'm from 2.3 billion light years ahead, technically, y'all are, like, all of yous that I'm talking to are my ancestors, if that's the case. You get me? This may feel a bit trippy. I don't expect everyone to get this. If you know me, and you make fun of me, I'm honestly not gonna give a fuck. But all I want to say is, yous are my ancestors. If you're watching this video right now, you are an ancestor of mine, because I came from the future. If I'm having futures of the future, I'm technically having futures of the past. It's trippy, but that's just how time is. Time ain't real. You know what I mean? If I'm having visions of the future, it means I've already lived them. Those are my past lives. Why? Because y'all are my ancestors. I'm going to get dreads. I'm actually going to grow this out and get dreads. Because dreads actually allow you to do a lot of stuff. So, basically, all I want to say is... take care of yourself and love yourself. That's all I want to say. I'm learning a lot as well. I'm learning a whole lot. And by the way, New Zealand, oh my gosh, bro, why, like, the elites, the draconians, or whatever you want to call them, are attacking New Zealand now? I know. Trippy, isn't it? Trippy. Very, very trippy. New Zealand thought that we wouldn't, everyone thinks New Zealand's the safest country. No country is the safest country. These draconian reptilians own the world. Well, they're being destroyed now, but they own the world. They own the world, people. They own the world. What does that mean? It means nowhere is safe. The only place that is safe for you is a place that you make safe. Learn how to create protection spells. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to elevate your vibration. Because these low-level entities, low-level beings that are trying to destroy the earth, or take it over, they're not going to last for long, honestly. They're not going to last for long. Honestly, they're not going to last for that long. I'm being completely honest with you. They're not lasting that long. They're not lasting that long. However, there are timelines. Time ain't real. Time ain't real at all. If time was real, I wouldn't be able to come back here. But time isn't real, which is why I was able to come back here. Which is why I was able to come back here. Now, basically, all I want to say to you is that there are different realities and different possibilities. I've seen them all, because I've lived through them all. One scenario is that there's war. There's going to be war. One scenario is that this war is going to materialize into a physical form. It's going to actually be them versus us, chaos and all that type of stuff. You're no longer be able to eat. You won't be able to eat your food from the pack and save or from the countdown or wherever you get your food, your Whole Foods. You won't be able to eat from there anymore. They're going to close them down, or they're going to contaminate them, poison them. So when you eat it, they're either going to kill you faster, or they're either going to make you forget who you are, forget your memories. That's going to happen, and there's just going to be large scale war. Or another possible reality is that you actually peace it out with the draconians. They want peace. We forgive them, and then we start collaborating together and peace, tranquility, and all that. Another possibility is that the sun scorches them off the earth because the sun's getting hotter. The sun's not getting hotter in New Zealand, however. That's the thing you need to realize. They're trying to fertilize New Zealand. You feel me? They're trying to fertilize New Zealand. Why do you, in New Zealand, the sun has really shown, the sun's now shining. The sun's now shining now. But recently, it's just been rain upon rain upon rain upon rain. It's just been never-ending non-stop rain. And you know why? It's because they're trying to blot out the sun so that they can live in New Zealand. You know? Why do you think billionaires are starting to spend millions and billions of dollars just to live in New Zealand and make, like little safe house bunkers for themselves? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? They want to live in New Zealand, people. They can't live in America. Sun's too hot. They can't live nowhere but New Zealand. Why? Now, why is that? Because there's been rain all over New Zealand. Rain all over New Zealand. There's been snow. It snows. If you know New Zealand don't snow. There's no such thing. I mean, yes, there is snow, but New Zealand doesn't snow. There's no snow in New Zealand. There's snow on the mountains of New Zealand. Yes, of course. But altogether, there's no snow in New Zealand. There's no such thing as snow. I mean, yes, it does snow in New Zealand. It does. But only on mountains. On mountains or on high up regions. It's now snowing in New Zealand. Snowing in New Zealand. Power lines are being cut in New Zealand. People are starting to lose their power. What else is happening in New Zealand? Man, I forgot. But there's a lot of stuff happening in New Zealand, people. There's a lot of stuff happening in New Zealand. Not just in New Zealand, other countries as well. What else happened in New Zealand? Power lines being cut. Strong winds. Strong winds. Strong winds. There's the wind has been picking up a lot in New Zealand. A lot in New Zealand. The wind has been picking up. Abnormal behaviors of weather. Abnormal behaviors of electricity. Abnormal behaviors of just everything. Abnormal. Everything is abnormal now. You know? And by the way, New Zealand's sun isn't like Australian sun. Australian sun is nice, warm, hot. New Zealand sun is burning, scorching. Which is why you have a lot of people in New Zealand that have sunburn, because it's scorching and it's hot. The reason why it's scorching and it's hot in New Zealand is because there are other species that want to live in New Zealand. Because even though the sun is hot, we have fertile ground. We have fertile ground. Our ground isn't contaminated. We could grow food just by putting it in our backyard. Our ground isn't fertile. Our ground isn't fertile. The fertile ground is the compost that you buy from wherever in New Zealand. But basically, all I want to say is I'm speaking up for New Zealand, and they want to move here. The weather's been abnormal. What else has been abnormal? But the LIonsgate. But it's just when I started peeing out blood, I wasn't scared. It wasn't fear that had me. It was concern. It was wait a minute. Why am I peeing out blood? It was concern. It wasn't fear. It was concern. I was concerned for my own self. Concerned for my health. That's what I was. Because I was how could I be peeing out blood? I'm vegan. I work out. I go for walks. My health is in good shape. Why am I peeing out blood? And then it happened again. And then I realized, wait a minute. I need to heal. Now's not the time to work out. Now's not the time to do anything. I need to go on a healing journey. And I am on a healing journey. Which is why I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time in bed. You know? But basically, this LIonsgate portal is really just opening up a lot. New souls are going to be here. When I started peeing out blood, it was a cleansing. It was a cleansing of old habits. It was a cleansing. It was a wake-up call too. It was a cleansing of my sacral chakra. It was cleansing itself. It was cleansing. I was cleansing it. And the reason why I was cleansing is because these new souls that are coming through, these new souls that are going to come through are going to be pure. These are there's light souls, there's dark souls. There's going to be some good souls and bad souls in New Zealand. And also all over the world. You may hear things about terrorist bombings. You may hear things about gang violence. Gang violence has been skyrocketing up in New Zealand, if you haven't noticed. Gang violence is up here in New Zealand. It's been really, really up there. There's been shootings. There's been all types of stuff. COVID. Bro. COVID. Bro, everyone, The news media is really pushing COVID. If you're woke and you know, even if you don't know, I just want to let you know: do not get that vaccine. Do not get that vaccine. Whatever you do, do not. There are enough YouTubers and enough signs around telling you not to get it already. I don't need to say anything. But New Zealand, do not get that vaccine. Do not get it. Don't get it. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just relaying a message of concern and not not worry, but just of concern. Do not get that vaccine. That vaccine. Do not get it. Please don't get it. Straight up. Don't get that vaccine. There's enough information all around the world to tell you why not to get it. Look up spiritual YouTubers, Spiritual Soul, Rashad Jamal. Look up spiritual people. Look up information. Do your research. Research into why you should get it and why you shouldn't. I guarantee you that why you shouldn't get it is going to outweigh why you should. But yeah, I've just been taking care of myself. I'm actually getting like an impulse to want to learn how to farm, how to create food now. Because trust me, it's not going to be the same. I'm going to get dreads. I'm going to become financially free. I'm going to live a life full of joy, happiness, and all that. And I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know that whatever happens during the LIonsgate, do not fear. These these beings cannot enter your body unless you are in a traumatic state or on a low vibration. Stay high vibrational. Okay? Stay high vibrational and stay grounded especially. Do not get too caught up in the spiritual world. Remember your own needs as well. Remember yourself as well. Remember why you started. But yeah, I just want to let everyone know that I'm sending you all tons of love, tons of prosperity, tons of health. That hope y'all get better. If you're now when I say hope y'all get better, I'm just saying like if you're sick in any way, I hope y'all get better. Sickness is a vibration, so I just want to say hope you all get better. Raise your vibration, and you won't get sick. Me peeing out blood was not a sickness; it was a wake up call, telling me to come back to reality and to heal. And that's what I'm doing. As soon as I started healing fast. I'm a fast healer. That's a power that I have. That's a power that I have. And I just want to let you know. I just want to let all of you know that no matter what you're doing, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Because it's the path that you chose and that your higher self chose for you. So, keep going. Keep being strong. Stay strong, you got this. And yeah, much love and much appreciation to all of you. All you star seeds out there that are from the Andromedan star seeds, or just star seeds in general, stay strong. Stay strong. Stay true to yourself. I know being a star seed is hard. Being a star seed is hard. Being anything in this world is hard because everything has challenge. Everything has responsibility. But you have the strength to overcome it. And you have the strength to see it through. So keep going. You got this.